Hi everyone, and welcome to Rising Stories podcast. It's Friday, and that means it's my Friday favorites. It's a time when I share some fun things that I'm loving, or places that I've been, and places that you should go. Usually it's centered around food and activities and fun things to do. So let's get started. Today on the show, I'm going to talk about my recent family vacation to the 30A Seaside area of Florida. Florida has a panhandle that is, I'm not sure how long of a stretch it is, but it goes from the bottom of Alabama and kind of has like this long strip of land until it gets to, I guess, the pan of the panhandle and goes into, I guess, Florida proper, or what most people think of when they think about Florida. But this little stretch of 30A, in which 30A is the name of the highway that it's on, has like these, used to be little sleepy beach towns, fishing towns, and now it is just the mecca of places to go and vacation, you know, for everyone, I guess, south of the, I don't know, I'm terrible with geography, Mississippi line or whatever, or the Mississippi River on to this way. You know, I see people from all over. I guess if you're a northerner, you go to more like South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia Beach, but if you're anywhere near Tennessee or below or Ohio, this is the place to go. It's not far from Nashville, which is where I live. It's about 8 hours, but in the summertime when we're driving, it takes about 10 because of the traffic, as everyone is headed down there. So I want to share some fun things that we do on our vacation, some fun things that where we visit. And one of those things is to walk around the square of the seaside town, and it's on 30A. 30A is the highway. It's more of a road, like a 2-lane road. But it's a place where they have shops and fun places to eat. There's a fun taco place. There are little food trucks everywhere. Five Daughters is there. They used to have a great place to get juice, like a juice bar, but it's gone. But there are lots of other places to visit and to eat. One of them being I'm not sure if it's called the cheese truck or the grilled cheese. I'll post it on here in the show notes, but it's the best grilled cheese around. So I highly recommend you do what we do, and which is we arrive, and I don't cook or anything. I just kind of take everyone to the food trucks, and we just order whatever. There's barbecue, there's donuts, there's tacos, there's all kinds of things, seafood galore, all kinds of things that you can partake from the food trucks. Fun place to go. The other thing that we do is we always rent bikes. A lot of times, the places that you can stay in, Airbnbs or VRBOs, will have bicycles there, which is great. And if they do, I highly recommend that you park your car and just ride your bike to all of the locations, all the places, all the restaurants, whatever you want to do. It's within bike riding distance. By far our favorite place, or at least it's my new favorite, and I go there every year, and I feel like I have taken this restaurant for granted until this year. We always go, even if it's a girl trip, or if it's just my husband and I, or if it's just, you know, the family trip. We always go here, but I feel like I've taken it for granted, and I didn't realize what a great place it was until we visited there. I was there twice this year. Once for a birthday. I think it was my birthday. No, it was my daughter's birthday. We always go at either of our birthdays lands when we're on vacation. It was her birthday. We did a little bit of just happy hour and hung out, had some dinner, an early dinner. And again, we went for breakfast. And I was like, this is a really good place and they have really good food. And it's called the Great Southern. It's right in the little seaside area, the little town, Seaside. And it's just a great, always good place to go. The other place that we loved, or I loved, is called the Red Bar. But the Red Bar recently burned to the ground, literally. And they had a horrible fire. No one was hurt, to my knowledge, but they are rebuilding. You can watch them, which is kind of fun. You can watch the rebuild, like online live. I don't know why they did that, but I'm kind of glad they did. It's just interesting to watch it. So look up the Red Bar. It might even be the redbar.com. I'll post the link because it's very interesting that they are doing that, and you can watch it come up and rebuild. But that's in Grayton Beach, another little beach town that's down the way. So 30A has all of these little beaches. But the thing about 30A and why people keep coming back, and it was at one point called the Redneck Riviera, which that kind of stretches that whole panhandle area. And they call it that for a reason. They call it the Redneck Riviera. They also call it the Emerald Coast. And they call it that because it is a beautiful, beautiful coastline. The sand is white. I mean, it looks like snow. It's white, and the waters are just this crystal blue greens, aqua, turquoisey type waters. Very little. It's almost like it's in a, like not a cove, but it's almost like it's in a bay. So you don't get the huge waves. So it's kind of hard to do things like surfing or body surfing. We still manage to do that if they have like a higher surf tide coming in. But a lot of times it's calmer. It's great for kids. It's not like they go in the water and they're going to get knocked down. It's a bit calmer. There are days, which I love these days, there are days when it is extremely calm. It's like bath water. I mean, it looks like you're just in a bathtub, in a big bathtub, because it's just like still. And those are the fun days to get a boat out, sometimes we take a little dinghy, sometimes we do paddle boats, sometimes we do, not paddle boats, paddle boards, and sometimes we'll do, we have a blow-up kayak, sometimes we'll kayak out. But that's a great time to do it when the water is just very still, and it's just great. It's a great time to get the floaties out and just kind of get a drink, your favorite beverage, take it out there, no glass, but take it out and just hang out and just enjoy. So much fun. I talked about the bikes. So the other thing that we do is we just really kind of just hang out at some of the little shops. There's a few little towns. I talked about Seaside and that little square. There's lots of fun shops. There are also really neat shops in Rosemary Beach, which is a little bit further east of Seaside, and almost to the end of, I think it is the end of 38, it might not be, but there's also 98, which is near there as well. But Rosemary is an amazing little town. It has the feel of like a Bavarian type town with cobblestones, and it has very unique buildings in this one little stretch. Great little eateries. One of our favorite places is called Cowgirl Kitchen. And when we first started going to Seaside, I remember going to Cowgirl Kitchen, and it used to just be like a kind of like a grocery store, maybe like a deli type where you could order. It was food, but it was also like a take it home kind of thing. And one of the things that they had on there that they sold that was very popular was Texas caviar. Now, some call it different things, but I call it Texas caviar, and because I'm from Texas. And it's a bean, like a 2 or 3 bean mixture with like basically a lot of vegetables with it. It almost is like a salsa, and you eat it with chips. It's really good. I'm going to link my recipe below so you can have it in the show notes. And it's just a fun thing to take to any party. Very hearty because it has the 3 beans. It's basically like 3 bean dip with pico de gallo mixed in there. But I like to add a lot of lime juice, one of my favorites, and I like the onions. Oh, I'm getting hungry and it's not even lunchtime. So try that out. But Cowgirl Kitchen is a place to visit as well. So another place that I didn't want to forget to mention is not in Seaside, but it is in Panama City Beach. So head there, and it's called Thomas Donut and Snack Shop. It is fabulous. Great donuts. They're handmade. Kind of a mom and pop place. And they have other things. They have other food. They have kolaches. So if you're from Texas, in the middle of Texas and West Texas, you know what kolaches are. And they are the best there. Very delicious. One thing we like to do to beat the heat is to frequent a snow cone place called Frostbites. They pile it on high. The small is like a large anywhere else. So make sure you stop at the food truck that is called Frostbites. I also love to shop at a little shop right near there called The Art of Simple. It has great little things that you can pick up for your girlfriend. I usually keep a drawer, like a gift drawer for my girlfriends that I would love, so I buy extra. Sometimes I'll buy, if I find a nice pair of earrings, I'll buy 2 pairs so that I can give one away. So I always have a drawer for gifts, and I love to shop at the Art of Simple. I also like to shop at the Modica Market, and that is also on the square. Modica Market, you will see all of the market in a movie. The movie, The Truman Show, is about Seaside. So if you want to know more and you want to see what I'm talking about on this episode, check out the movie, The Truman Show, with Jim Carrey. Another one of my favorites to go to see, to get a nice drink and to overlook the ocean is called Bud and Allie's Rooftop Bar. Don't be afraid of the rooftop bar part. It's not a scuzzy bar. It's more of a kind of an open air. They have a full menu there, and they've got great drinks and food. And you can sit there in an afternoon, or an evening or early morning, drink some mimosas or whatever, and look at the ocean. It is a great place to go. So that is it. Thanks so much for joining me on Friday Favorites. Look forward to season 4 of Rising Stories podcast. And I can't wait to share all of the new people that will be on the show, and also some of the things that I will be talking about personally and on Friday Favorites. So stay tuned. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you share this with your friends. And as always, keep rising in your story.